everyone, and welcome to the Blueprint Podcast, where we talk about life, the future, and everything in between. And as you should know, all three of us are seniors, and we are in our last year of high school.
Yeah.
So for this episode and a few others, we're going to be calling it the So What's Next. Like, if you've ever stared up at your ceiling like, what am I doing with my life? You're in the right place. I'm Layla.
And I'm Justin. Today's episode is all about a reality check. We're going to be talking about what we would expect from life after graduation versus what really goes down or what's really going to happen.
And I'm Julian. And we're talking about the good, the bad, and straight up, what am I doing with my life moments? And no shade, adulting is starting to look really weird. Like, honestly, I'm very nervous. Very nervous.
Because let's be honest, we grew up thinking that adults had it all figured it out, but growing up, you realize that they really don't.
At all.
Okay, but let's be honest. So let's start from the expectations. I think most of us grew up thinking college was gonna be nonstop fun. You know, we outside, we having a lot of friends, a lot of female relations, a lot of male relations, a lot of people to interact with.
Exactly. Or, like, we would think that, like...
It's freedom. It's freedom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or, like, we would think that, like, after we graduate, we're gonna get, like, our dream job just like that. And, like,
God.
instantly be living independent, bills paid, and the world just, like,
It'll just comes together like a piece of a puzzle.
Like a puzzle.
And after you get your job, you work nice, then you get your family, then it's a cycle from there.
Yeah, but honestly, bro, that's not how life works, bro. That's not how life works.
Not again, brother.
I mean, I remember my cousin last summer, after graduation, she thought that everything was going to be the best. She thought she'd have everything figured out. Freedom. She said we were going to go on road trips. All like the good stuff. And a month in, she calls me. She's just like, yeah, I was Googling how to write a resume. And I'm like...
Googling how to write a resume is crazy.
I was Googling how to write a resume, and I'm, like, stressed out about rent because she, like, didn't want to live in dorms, and here she is in an apartment stressing out to pay rent.
Fake. If she wanted to, improve her resume, she could have won ChatGPT.
Okay, Justin. Okay, Justin.
But, like, speaking of, you say your cousin, right?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about that? I had my friend who went to college out of the state. So he didn't even go upstairs. He went out of the state, which is more money.
Yeah.
Had his whole life planned for a major. He was thinking about dorm life, everything. By mid-semester, she was calling, crying home, talking about, I hate this. What am I even doing here? Mind you. Weeks before she went to college, she was flexing to me. You're still in high school, bro. Like,
I'm telling you, they be so ready to, like,
flex on you.
Exactly. And I know someone like that. But this time they actually skipped college to work full time and save up. They were like, I'm going to stack my money and start my business. 6 months later, they're burnt out, stuck in a job they don't even like, bro. Like, they working at McDonald's flipping burgers.
That's
McDonald's
sad.
flipping burgers.
They said they were going to start a business, then they ended up at McDonald's.
I mean, I get the come up, but
it's going to take a while.
That's going to take a minute. But the point is, everyone's path looks different. And honestly, no one really has it figured out. And we are learning that the hard way.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's okay.
Yeah.
To be honest, let's get into the common struggles people would really go through, like their life after graduating. Some of them are feeling lost.
Yeah, and that's totally normal. Like, you don't need to have your whole life mapped out. Try things, take a class, pick up a side gig. Even small steps move you forward.
And, the next thing is money struggles, which, even, like, we're in high school, we're depending on our parents, and we are all still broke. And I find that kind of funny. I mean, this will, it hits you hard. You look at inflation and everything. You don't know how expensive groceries are. Like, parents leave for a weekend, they give you, $80. I'm just like, I spent half of that on groceries alone.
Bro, you know how back then, 2018, 2019, $100 of groceries, you could be able to buy a whole
Like
bag
you
of this
set
much.
for like at least 3 weeks.
At least.
$100.
Now 100.
That's like a week.
It's like a one water case and a couple food.
Like
Oh, word. But
Budgeting. Budgeting might not sound fun, but I think it's really important. It's really a lifesaver when it comes to, you know, of your future or what you want to do now. It's a very good experience it's a very good skill, matter of fact, to learn now. Learn early for your future self, and your current self would be very appreciative of how your future self will turn into if you start budgeting early.
yeah. And another thing that you guys need to remember is like there's also the friendship shift where like after high school you may think like, hey, I'm still
Y'all
with my
locked in?
friend.
Yeah.
But the reality is people move, things happen, schedules change. And
Y'all still cool, it's just y'all don't got communication.
exactly
Yeah.
the vibes change and it can
Like-
feel lonely.
sometimes in middle school, I'm just like, we gonna be friends forever. I'm in high school. I don't talk to anyone.
No, real life.
I talk to one of them, and that's like once a month.
Bro, y'all can't name more than 2 friends that y'all had after elementary school.
No, I don't think I have.
You know what's
any
funny?
friends
Most of y'all
after-
know my elementary school, and they don't even talk to me.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
But I mean, that doesn't mean it's over. It just means like some friends drift, and that's okay. It's
It's
just
part of life.
you just have to keep on putting yourself out there to make new friends. Sometimes you have to text first, even though that can get straining. Or plan hangouts, or just be open to meet new people.
But that doesn't mean that you should always be the one,
first.
be the first too. Because if you realize that you're the first to do so, play hangouts or so, then you should know that you're not really wanted.
Yeah.
And last but not least, something that's very important that a lot of parents like to say we don't have because we don't pay rent is mental health. The stress, the pressure, the comparison. It's real. Like, talk to someone. Like, real life. Talk to someone. Depression is real. Take breaks when you need to. Your peace matters more than your productivity. Productivity.
Yeah.
Like, your progress matters, but if your mind isn't there, then
Is
you're
it really progress?
you're just a zombie doing work.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we reached out to some people, and like a little ahead of us in life, like our cousins and our friends, and we asked them, what advice would you give to your younger self? And they said, like,
Samantha said, don't compare your timeline to other people. Everyone's pace is different.
Yeah. Another friend of mine said, take risks while you're young. You'll learn more from falling and then from playing it safe.
and, well, Anusa said that it's okay to not have everything figured out. No one really does, and most people are just better at pretending than most of us are.
Yeah.
Elijah also said, but he also stated a Bible verse. He said, and honestly, something that really grounds me is this verse. And the verse that he stated to me was Jeremiah 29, verse 11. It states, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and future. Your future is in God's hand.
Yeah. And that's a reminder that, even when we're uncertain, God isn't. So, like, there's a plan, even if we can't see all of it yet. So just trust Him.
And one of my other friends said that you just have to keep on showing up, even if it feels draining, even though you shouldn't stay in a spot that drains you so long. In the long run, trusting the process and being okay with not having it all. Like, you need to be okay with trusting the process and not having all the answers right now.
Yeah.
God doesn't reveal everything just like bam. It's little by little.
And God works so faith. He's not going to put you in a situation that he knows that you can't overcome, and that he's going to put you in trivialist situations.
Trivial.
Yeah.
Hard situations only because it's going to make you a stronger person after you overcome those situations. It's going to give you a better mindset and so forth. Some of the topics we talked about today was budgeting, mental health,
friendships.
Friendships.
What else?
We also did the fact that it's not all gonna be figured out.
It's okay. It's okay to not all be figured out. It's a process.
Everything's a process.
Well, that's it. That's our episode of the Blueprint Podcast and our So What's Next series.
Yeah.
If anything that in this episode that we said today hits the home with you, send it to a friend who's going through a lot. Or share your story with us. We actually want to hear it.
Yeah. Follow the pod. Stay tuned. Keep showing up.
Yeah.
And even when life gets messy, we're all figuring out together.
Catch you next time on
The Blueprint.
the Blueprint Podcast.